You living in a matrix and you don't even know it. Here's how to break free. Welcome everybody to another Shadowcast. I am the one they call Shadow. Back to you with another episode. Today I want to go deep again and talk about the Matrix. It's really us against the Matrix. And it's so important to know that, this system that we live in can be looked at as a matrix. Just like in the movie with Neo and Morpheus and Trinity. Sometimes you gotta have something to trigger you, to interrupt your pattern, interrupt your life, to wake you up and make you realize that you just on a hamster wheel going through the motions over and over again on autopilot. You're not really the one running the show. And I've talked about the subconscious mind a lot on my previous videos and on this channel, but I want to talk more about who programs you. If you're in a situation in your life where you're not happy and where things just ain't going right, and it seems like as soon as you break through a barrier, there's always another barrier waiting for you. It's because you're in a matrix. You're in a matrix. And it's so many levels and layers to it. You know what I'm saying? To keep you trapped mentally in your mind. To keep you in prison mentally. To where you never get out. It's like a labyrinth. It's like a maze where you never can figure out how to escape the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You're in a dead-end job. You living paycheck to paycheck. You 9 to 5. You got a 9 to 5 that you hate. You're doing all these things that you think that you have to do, things that you hate to do, situations where you feel like it's your only option because that's all that's been handed to you. Keyword, handed to you. You never got a chance to choose for yourself what you really want for your life. There are so many systems in place to set you up to get just corralled like a cow in a corral where you're fenced in and you can't get out. We're gonna talk about how to break free today. But first, we've got to be aware of the systems that are in the matrix that keep you trapped. Especially in the U.S., the education system. The education system in the U.S. is not set up for you to win. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's indoctrinations to get you to be a conveyor belt worker. They're not going to teach you the higher levels and the higher echelons of information. They reserve that to other individuals who got more pull and who are in a different, echelon, social stats, or who they know. You know what I'm saying? You ever wonder why public schools and even private schools and charter schools, right? They never teach you how to be self-reliant in this arena that we in called life, right? They created a system for you to exist in. The monetary system, the banking systems, the societal systems, civil systems, how to operate inside of a city, inside of a country, inside of a nation. Rules that you have to follow. You got to get your ID card. You got to be registered. You have to submit, keyword submit, applications to get a job. They train you every day subtly with these little words and symbols and different things to program you to fit inside of a certain box. And that box that they're putting you in is not really set up for you to be free. They want you inside of a system. They want you to become a worker. They want you to become a worker bee. They want you to be a cog in their machine, right? To churn out what they want. You know what I'm saying? Working for them. You ever wonder why you could work like the baby boomer shit, right? You work 30 years in a company, you get a retirement, and by the time you get ready to retire, you're 60, 70 years old. You can't even really enjoy the retirement because you're too old. You don't have the physical faculties in your body to enjoy it because you're beaten up. You spent all your life working for that one company, not really getting the chance to fully express yourself and really experience life. And they tell you, oh, wait till the end of your life to really enjoy your life. What sense does that make? Did you ever stop to think about that? What sense does it make for me to put my life on hold for you and do whatever you say and work for you, sweat, blood, tears, go to education, get in debt for a college education, to give all my energy, keyword energy, siphon all of my energy and give it to you and build something for you. And then after I'm done with the majority of my lifespan as a human on this planet, you give me a 401k or you give me a retirement, severance, whatever, that's pennies compared to what you made, right? What you made over all these years of me basically being a slave for that company or that system or that government. You know what I'm saying? Now that I'm old, I'm past 60, I'm 65, I'm 70, I can't move like I did when I was 20 and 30 and 40. You know what I'm saying? I can't move like that. And I have a pension or a retirement account that's probably barely over $1 million, right? And I'm supposed to live off this for the rest of my life and go do everything that I want to do. And I really didn't have time to really figure out what I really like to do in my life, what I'm really passionate about. Y'all told me to put that on hold. Don't you think something's wrong with that? Don't you think that maybe we was meant to live a different way? Nobody stops to think about it. Nobody's given the chance to stop and think about it, because once you get set into certain patterns, you don't have time to think. You in a job, you working 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week, right? When do you have time to think about what you want or what you're passionate about or what you truly desire? You don't. You don't. By the time you're done working them hours, you're too tired to work on maybe your side hustle or what your business really wants to be, what you really want in your business. You don't have time to think about that because you're exhausted. All you have time to do is go to sleep and then wake up, hop in the shower, get dressed, and go right back to work. That's all you got time to do. Don't you think that's a matrix that you're trapped in? Wouldn't you like to get out of that? And not only that, you've been trained and programmed and educated on how to be a worker bee. You ever wonder why in school they never teach you how to have they never have a class in school on having dope credit. They never have a class in school on how to set up a business account. They never have a class in school, I'm talking like high school, because they should hook you up with this in high school. Even in college, there's no college course on how to have dope credit. There's no course in public schools, private schools, or charter schools that teach you entrepreneurship. You know why? Because the institutions that set up for you to go to those educational institutions, they don't want any competition. You know what I'm saying? They don't want competition. They want you to work for them. You know what I'm saying? So you go to college, matrix. Public school, matrix. You know what I'm saying? Hospitals. How hospitals are set up. Matrix. You know who set up the hospital matrix? The pharmaceutical companies. They want your ass to stay sick. And when you go to the hospital, you got to pay for it. How you going to pay for it? Credit, insurance, matrix. So how do we break free from all this, right? First, it comes with just being self-aware, to just realize awareness is the key. Once you wake up, and usually it takes your life falling apart for you to figure out that this shit is a matrix that we in, you know? And then, you have to go through something. A lot of people go through a dark night of the soul where they just have everything just fucking fall apart. Their whole life fall apart. I've been through several dark nights of the soul. Very, very dark times I've been through. And I thought that I was awake from the matrix, but recently I've had a spiritual awakening where coming in contact with certain people and certain things made me realize that I was still asleep. You know what I'm saying? I was still asleep. I'm awake now, realizing that for me personally, I was only scratching the surface of what I'm capable of, what the possibilities of what I'm capable of, right? And so it really takes, to break free from this shit, it takes self-education. You gotta figure out who you are. You gotta go through some unpleasant soul searching within yourself to figure out who you are and what the fuck do you want. That's a good place to start. What do you really want? You ever stop to ask yourself that? What do I want? What do you really want? You, not what you think others want you to want. What do you want? That's going to be different for everybody. I can't give you no suggestions. You're going to have to just sit there and meditate and think about that. Another good path to take for your prison break is meditation. Just being in meditation. Get into a meditation practice. There's several different schools of ways to meditate. But that's a start, because your mind is the key to all of it. You start there, what you're thinking. So think of this shit that we in right now as a video game, right? You inside a video game and you the video game character, okay? You running around like an NPC, not knowing that you're an NPC, not knowing that you're in a video game, just going about your shit. But once you become aware, the first thing you ought to be asking is, who got the controller? Who got the game controller? Who controlling? And the cool thing about that is you realize that you the one with the controller. Controlling your own avatar in this fucking video game that we're in. It's really you. And once you become aware of that, then you start to think. See, that's why I said meditation, then the mind, because your mind, once your mind open up and become more aware and expand, you start tapping into more realms. Then you say, okay, so if I'm in this video game and I'm the one controlling the video game, what else do I have power to control? That's a start. A good question to ask yourself is, what else is possible for me, right? And don't answer the question. The power is in the question, not in the answer. And then give up the need to be right and adopt the state of being surprised. Like, expect to be surprised, because this is advanced, but your conscious mind can't fathom the possibilities of what is actually possible for you. But your higher self knows all the infinite possibilities that's possible for you. It knows. He or she knows. It knows. And then you think about who's fueling the game controller, right? The one controlling the video game, who's doing the thinking for him or it. You start to expand your thinking. That's where it starts. That's where it starts. And you slowly begin to create your own bubble that expands and expands and expands. And it breaks open this fucking matrix. It creates a reality that you control. That you control. So how do we do this? How do we break free? It starts with your mind. It starts with your mind. And you're gonna have your body actually fight you, and your mind is actually gonna fight you. But with persistence and repetition, you'll find a way. And then the right circumstances will start coming into your life to get you free. You know what I'm saying? You start coming into contact with people who on your same frequency will help you jailbreak out of this shit. Right? Then you start thinking about what is possible, you know what I'm saying, in a reality that is an alternative version of this one. You start thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? What would it look like for me to be a billionaire? What would it look like for me to be a millionaire? What would it look like for me to have abundance in my life? What would it look like for me to have the type of relationships with my significant others that I want? What would that look like? Dare, be bold to dream and think about these things and meditate on these things of what is possible for you. What is possible? What is truly possible for me? You know what I'm saying? The sky's the limit. And then you have to meditate on it. You have to sit on it. You have to hold on to it. You know, you have to hold on. You have to visualize. You have to visualize something else that's outside of what you're currently experiencing and get so emotionally attached to it that it starts to manifest. You know what I'm saying? There's some pretty advanced concepts that I'm discussing with you if you ain't never heard about this shit before. So I'll give you, let me give you a couple of books, right? One really good book is Psycho-Cybernetics. That talks about how to change your self-image, because the idea behind that book is if you change your self-image, you change your perspective of how you see the world. So since you're the observer, you're the operant power of your reality. Since you observe it differently, it will change. So Psycho-Cybernetics is a really good book. Another really good book that speaks about how to have heart-brain coherence in the unified field is Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Awesome book. Those two books, I don't want to give you guys a whole lot of books to bog you down, but you can start with them two and it'll take you somewhere. And then you will naturally gravitate towards other books that'll help you break out of this shit, break out this matrix, because it's truly diabolical. But like I've said before, you created this. That's another level. That's another high level of taking full responsibility of the reality that you're in as the creator. You the one that created the circumstances that you're in. You created all the hardships and the adversities and the challenges and the ups and the downs and the good times and the bad. You are the creator of all that. When you came here to this planet to jump into a physical body as a human, you signed up for this shit. That's another way of thinking about it. That's advanced. I don't know if you're ready for that. Some people are on their vibe, you know. It gives you a lot of power. And once you truly kind of step into that role of, I'm the one that created this shit, I'm responsible. Once you take full responsibility, now you have the power to change things. Because after you take responsibility for it, you think to yourself, well, shit, since I did it, I can change it. I can change it at any time I feel like it. Now, what that's going to look like in the physical realm is going to take some work. It's going to take some action, you know. But it's a start. It's a start. That's what we want to do. We want to break free of this shit. We want to break free of the matrix and create our own realities. You know what I'm saying? So I've said a lot. I've been flowing for I don't know how many minutes. I'm not even looking at the timer right now. Just flowing from the heart chakra at the moment. Because I was trapped in jail for a long time. I've been in hell for quite some time. I know what it's like to be in hell. I know what it's like to be in purgatory. And I broke myself out. And then I have to also give recognition and honor to ones that came into my life to help wake me up. Because, yeah, you may think you're alone, but you're never not alone. You're never alone, really. There's always somebody that's going to be in your corner. There's always going to be a ride or die somewhere in the mix that a ride or die for you. You just got to look and pay attention. You just got to look and pay attention. And then when you finally break out, it's like you ascended into heaven. Your frequency rise, your money rise, everything rise. Your health rise, your well-being rise, your circle rise, everything rise. Like a fiery phoenix reborn out of the ashes. In black flames. That's my shit. Let the black flame rise. Let the black phoenix rise. Oh yes, the ascent from hell into heaven is quite nice. Once you feel that, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it right there. I gotta plug my shit. If you need a song, if you need me to hop on one of your songs, I got you. I'll play sax on it, vocals on it. We'll turn it all the way up. I have that service. I will be a feature artist on your song, on your music production if you're a producer. I got you. Link in the description if you want to get that service from me for a very modest fee. If you want to download my music, if you want to listen to my music directly without having to depend on streaming platforms, I got you. Link in the description to download my digital album bundle. It's hot. Got like all my hottest songs all in one pack, plus videos, biography, a lot of cool shit in there. You want to get that. You want to get that. Also, if you would like to join my fan club, if you would like to join my tribe of like-minded individuals who are breaking free from the matrix, the black sheep, the chosen ones, the lone wolves, the dreamers. That's us, the Shadow Riders Army. We here. If you would like to join my fan club and be a part of my community, for less than a cup of coffee, some monthly subscription, you can do that. Links in the description as well. And also, I got the Shadow Shades out now. If you want to get you a pair of Shadow Shades, link in the description. In my merch store. Everybody talking about Shadow Shades, so I'll plug that today too. So yeah, let's break out the matrix together, y'all. Let's do a jailbreak. Let's break out this prison. Let's break out this bitch together. You know what I'm saying? As a unified field family, you know? So yes, this has been another episode of Shadowcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I am Shadow, the one they call Shadow, the Shadow King, you know what I'm saying? Shuk Nakti Amun. Only Kage. All them names. Many names. But I'm that guy. Leader of the Shadow Riders Army. Signing off once again. I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.